Oh boy, there's another one. All gone. What is up, guys? It's been a few days since I made a video, and a lot has happened. Uh, Fortunately and unfortunately, I guess you could say. So I got the base finished, welded up, everything. I got some new turrets and a bunch of other new stuff going on. So I got the 3 turrets that I had before, and then I also have the Sea-Wiz turret here, which I mainly put up here for meteors because it shoots a lot faster. And as you can tell, you can see it was shooting a lot faster than the other ones. And there's a little green ship back here. There's a bunch of stuff I gotta show you. It's still dark outside, and I added a bit of a platform back here for shipbuilding and stuff, which I'm gonna be doing today. Is building a new ship that will get me into space so I can find some uranium, because I really would love to have another power source other than the wind turbines. One problem that I have been finding is that the turrets, when they're shooting all these meteors, because they come all the time, is that they keep hitting the post with the wind turbines. So I'm going to have to figure something out with that. In the future, there's going to be a new base as well. There's a bunch of just new stuff that's going to be happening. One thing is this little guy here. Built a little while back. It's a little bit messed up. I kind of made like a fighter jet, if you would. It had 3 Gatling guns. Keyword had. One on each side, and then I had one in the middle, and the turret on top as well. And I also got a bunch of new mods. Lots of mods, probably like 30 of them, I think. And I got them off of a YouTuber. I don't know how to say his name. Kanajashi or something or other. And so he had it laid out, the mods that he uses. So I was like, okay, I'll get them. So there's a lot of these space pirate enemies and stuff. This one popped up a little while ago. It's an ore processing outpost. And then the one that I got in a bit of a skirmish with was just like a guard tower, if you would. And I thought I was out. Yeah, I thought I was feeling a little frisky. I went out with this little fighter jet, and I was like, I'm gonna take this guy out. I did, but it also took me out pretty bad. I ended up losing the cockpit, and my O2H2 generator got a little bit messed up. A bunch of stuff got messed up, and I had to actually have my friend fly 5,000 kilometers to bring me the materials for the cockpit so I could get it put back enough to get it back to the base. This one's probably going to end up getting scrapped. I kind of threw it together real quick. So now it's sitting here. My friend built this welding ship. I don't have a use for it right now, so I'm not gonna take it for a joyride or anything like that. I still got the original miner ship. Thing's a champ. It works good, but only for like Earth planets. I don't think anything inside has happened. Everything's still pretty much the same. Refineries, all that. My friend actually did manage to take over one of, not necessarily this same one, but he did get like a giant ship, and we ended up bringing it back here and just grinded it down, got all the materials from it. Super cool. But what I want to do is I'm going to build a new ship, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put drills on it yet, but it's going to have, you know, an O2H2 generator for hydrogen, because it's going to be hydrogen thrusted so that I could get into space. I'll have a hydrogen tank and a large cargo container, but it's all going to be small grid, and that way I can go find some asteroids and ore detectors, of course, and find some uranium and bring it back. And once I do find a good amount of uranium, I'm going to make a new base location, and it's going to be more of an underground base, and hopefully I can run it with a lot of uranium. But I'm gonna make a solar tower with the sun tracker. That way when it's dark out, the uranium can kick in and take over. And the sun is still kind of rising. So anyways, the drill, I actually ended up sort of finishing for the most part. I've slapped a refinery onto it because it just gets tons and tons of stone. So luckily right now, all the stone that it is getting is going straight to the refinery. But I got almost 1,000,000 iron ingots, bunch of silicone, bunch of nickel. Oh, there's stone coming in. Okay. But unfortunately, that's about it. I didn't really plan when I put this drill down. I didn't really plan it out very well. I should have found like an ore deposit and then put it on top of the ore deposit because there's none here. So it's got about one piston left that I can activate, this one right here, and then it's going to be as far down as it can go. So I'm going to end up relocating this, possibly making one with wheels, and I'm going to make sure I put it over an ore deposit. So keep in mind, put this thing over an ore deposit or you're just going to end up getting only stone. But and lately it's been bugging out a little bit. I'm not sure why. But yeah, so all I've mined is stone, and you know I got almost 1,000,000 iron ingots, so it wasn't a waste. I got a bunch of silicone, so I'm good there for a long time. Aside from that, there isn't really too many new things going on. Just a whole bunch of mods. So I got a bunch of different items, new turrets and stuff, and there's like a force field that when I make a new fighter jet, I can put a force field around it, which I probably should because I got destroyed last time just trying to take out a simple pirate base thing. Definitely gonna have to do that. So I'm gonna wait until the sun finishes coming up, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the sun is up for the most part. So now it is time to start working on our spaceship, if you would. So I have learned that I like to start with building the cockpit first, all the time, every time. And then everything else after that, I am not sure what I'm going to do. I don't really have a plan on how I'm going to make this thing, but I think I want the H2O2 generator to be the very first thing, and that will give me the larger access port on the back, and then everything else can kind of go into play from there. Maybe I got a large one down here as well. That's the only ones I have. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I don't know, actually. I kind of messed that up, so I'm gonna have to take this off, and I'm gonna get some conveyors. I'm going to, so I have the cockpit now, and get rid of you. And I'll get the small conveyors, wherever they are, conveyor tubes, small conveyor tubes. And when I do these, I like to go to the small conveyor, like the cube, and then I go and I grab some items for the large one because the small ones don't use as much items, and that way it'll kind of help a little bit. So I'm going to put one here, here. I think I might actually, I'm going to double that because I don't know how many connections I'm really going to need. And now I can go ahead and weld those up and kind of go from there. I'm literally just winging this whole ship. I didn't really think about a design that much, so I'm just going to kind of make something that works. And then, come on, don't be annoying. Are you gonna let me place it there? It's not gonna let me place it there, is it? I'll put that there temporarily, and then kind of flippy flop this around a little bit. Right there should work. And then this is gonna be my fuel source. I'm gonna load this thing up with ice, And I might put a drill on it just so that like I can go to an ice field and just fuel up whenever I need to. Especially if I'm in space and I need fuel, I can just go find some ice and mine it real quick. So I got that. I think the next thing I'm gonna want to add is probably the tank. Dang, this thing is huge. Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna be a pretty big ship, I have a feeling. I'm gonna rotate this guy and make sure that it's pretty much even. Which way do I want it? I don't think it really matters. I think it's the same. Okay. So I'll put that there. I'm not gonna weld that up yet. I'll still have to figure out where I'm gonna put the battery. The battery's probably gonna go on top to be out of the way. And I also wanted the large container, which can also share that large conveyor port. Is it right here or right here? I think it's right there. Okay. Oof. This thing's gonna be long. That's okay. If I put enough hydrogen thrusters, it'll be fine, especially with the tank. I have a mod on here that makes like the hydrogen thrusters super efficient, so I'm not worried about how big this thing is going to be. So I need the items for the tank. Not that one, this one. Oof. It takes a lot of items, doesn't it? I just filled my inventory up just for the tank. So I'll weld the tank up. I have all the items I need though, so that's good. Alright, so I got the tank. Now, so there's going to be so much room up front. That's where I'm going to put the gyros and like the ore detectors and everything. And then the storage container will be towards the back. And now I just need the items for that thing. And let's see. So I'm still kind of getting the hang of like the keyboard, like using the keyboard. I always lose track of what keys are where, but I'm getting the hang of it. I'm gonna weld this up, and then I can start designing around that a little bit. Oof, the thing is long. Alright, so I got the generator, got the tank, and that'll cover all the thrust issues. And then we have the storage container in the back, and I'm curious, how big is this? How much do you hold? Pretty decent amount, 156,000 liters. How much does that hold compared to the container on this one? Because this one has the medium cargo container. Oh yeah, a lot more. This one holds 33,000. I also got a bunch of items in here I need to get rid of. I don't know why they didn't pull out and go into my system. That's kind of weird. That's really weird, actually. So yeah, this holds a hell of a lot more. So we're gonna need a lot of thrust to carry this thing around. And I think I'm probably gonna put quite a bit of light armor blocks on this thing as well. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do it though. So maybe I can do something kind of interesting. We'll see. So I think I'll start with some blocks like kind of along here, and then they'll extend out. More of for protection really, but then I can also use them to kind of shape the ship into an interesting design, but I'm just not sure what it'll be. I don't know if I need to put anything back here. So the large thruster, does it use, okay, so it does use full size or small size, but I think I could probably put one of those here. and kind of build around that for like forward thrust. So that'll work there. Yeah, I think so. And then that fits right there. And then do the same thing on the other side. And I think there's a way to, so like if you build something on one side, I feel like there's a way you can clone it and then build it on the other side. I just don't know how. I should probably look that up eventually. Put that there. Alright. So that's like kind of like the main frame. And then at the same time, I want to put probably 4 of these guys for the downward thrust, or like lifting thrust. Would probably work, but I don't know how I want to do it. I'm gonna think this over a little bit, because I'm kind of just spitballing this really bad right now. I'm gonna think on this a little bit and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is kind of how we're looking right now. What is that? What is that? Is that coming for me? Stormfire? I hope that's not coming for me. All the rest of them have kind of just flown over and went on their way. That one says Stormfire. I haven't seen a Stormfire one. But hopefully it's not coming towards me. It shouldn't be. I don't have any antennas. I don't think. Alright, I'm not too worried about it. This is what we're kind of looking at right now. Got our main lift thrusters here. Probably don't need 4, but I'm going to go a little bit overkill with the thrusters. I got these reverse thrusters, I guess you could say, on the bottom. And that's what, like, I'm probably going to put drills on this thing, so if I'm, you know, tilting kind of down, I'll have these guys to help me out a little bit. I only have 1 main thruster on the back so far. I'm not sure really how many I'm going to need, but I still need downward thrusters, because if I go into space there's no gravity, so I can't just fall, and side to side thrusters. And I think I'll probably put the side to side thrusters here on these sides. They're going to stick out quite a bit unless I kind of tuck them in. Maybe I can do that. So like if I flip this guy, so I could put them like right here. It's doable. The plumbing for my conveyor tubes will be a little bit weird. No, this might work out actually. I could always cover all the conveyor tubes with light armor, obviously. So yeah, I think, unless I put the side thrusters like on the sides. I think on the sides like this might be better. So I'll go ahead, I'll place one here, and I'll place one here, and then I can plumb those up probably pretty easy. I could probably stick it directly into that port, so that might work out. And alright, so that's probably plenty of side to side thrust. Upwards thrusters, yeah, so that doesn't look like it's coming towards us, so I'm not too worried. And what was the other one? I need upward or downward thrust. They face upward, so I keep saying upward. But I need downward thrusters. So maybe I can do the downward thrusters right on top of these ones. But at the same time, I probably don't need these ones for downward thrust. I could probably slap some small ones in, and I'll probably do that. But I'm probably going to want more forward thrust. But where to put them? maybe. So since that one's there, if I want like a third one, like in the same area, so I put those right there. Maybe even kind of frame it like that, and then have like 3 main forward thrusters. That'd probably work. So like that. Put one there. Okay. That'll probably work. It's probably the best way to do it. So like that. And that'll give me plenty of thrust to like take off into space. And then the 2 reverse thrusters is probably plenty. So I got forward, backwards, up, side to side. I just need downward thrusters. That's all I need left. So I could probably start welding some of these frame pieces up. And so I had the tier 2 tools before, but for some reason like I logged in and they were just gone. I'm not sure if that's a glitch. So I didn't build new ones yet, because I didn't want to lose them again. So I'm going to stick with the old school tools for now. Yeah. This will probably work. And it's not too bulky, honestly. Yeah, I actually kind of like the way it looks. So actually, I'm not going to weld everything up right now, because that's boring to watch everything get welded up. But I do need to figure out where I'm going to put the gyros. And I thought about taking the gyros off this one, but I could make gyros easily. And I think I'm going to put 4 on this ship, at least for now. But like the small grid gyros don't take very much material. So 4 gyros worth. So I'll get those probably. I think I'll tuck them in right here next to the H2O2 generator. I'll weld those up just because this part's going to be covered up. And weld this one up. So there's 4 gyros, which should... Oh, come on. Should definitely be plenty. Cool. So we got the gyros. Now we need ore detectors. I don't know where I want to hide those. Probably also like inside this area. And then... So this guy's going to have to like do an L, and an L. That's not too big of a deal. I think the conveyor tubes, I'm not going to record installing all those, because that's also boring, because you just kind of like connect them all to the spots. I can connect that one to this storage unit as well, most likely. And then I think I can connect these 2 back here to themselves, and it should work. I'm not 100% sure. I'm literally just winging this right now. Like, you're learning with me, honestly, unless you already know. If you already know, give me some tips, man. And then the battery is going to be up here, and kind of shape it in. There's going to be a lot of light armor being placed, I have a feeling. And then a connector. I almost forgot that I'm going to need a connector, but I think I'll probably just stick it underneath the cockpit. It's probably the best place to put it. And then everything should be connected, at least I think. So I need to make some ore detectors. I think I'm just going to put 2 on here. That's probably all I need. So ore, I'm not sure that I can actually make these. So, okay, cool. So I do have the items already in storage. And that is super helpful, it makes things a lot easier. But I want to put these, actually they probably should go like in the front somewhere. If I flip that down, probably just stick them here and there. So more towards the front, because these only work up to 50 meters, I believe. So it's probably best if I have them towards the front, because that's where I'm going to be poking around. Put that one in there. Alright, so we got ore detectors, gyroscopes, need a battery. I'm going to put lights on this thing, of course, once everything's more welded up. So I think for the basic things, we're looking pretty good. Just got to connect all the conveyors, and it'll be pretty flyable for the most part, and loaded up with ice, obviously. But I need to get stuff for the battery and kind of just weld things up a little bit more. I think this is how I'm gonna lay it out, and I actually like it. It's pretty cool. Be like my space hunter of sorts. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go through and kind of start welding things up a little bit, and then I'll be right back.
Stay high for the most of the time. Meet a stranger, jump right in your climb. Waking up on your sofa next to half-filled bottles from last night. I don't even know where we are. I'm naked and I don't know you. But if you wanna go sometime, if you wanna leave this town, baby, I'm lost, I'm fading now. Baby, I'm lost, I'm fading now. Tell me if you wanna go sometime. Yeah, we could be alone tonight. Baby, I'm lost, I'm fading now. Baby, I'm lost, I'm fading now. Do it just to make me feel again I wanted something real. Just escape for a moment. Trying everything to make me heal. You and I thought we had a deal. If I have you, I'm not lonely. But if you wanna go sometime, if you wanna leave this town, baby, I'm lost, I'm fading now. Baby, I'm lost, I'm fading now. Tell me if you wanna go sometime. Yeah, we could be alone tonight. Baby, I'm lost, I'm fading now. Baby, I'm lost, I'm fading now.
Alright, so there she is for now. I went ahead and threw a solar panel on top of it just temporarily, even though I'm about to move it, hopefully. Hopefully I have all the thrusters hooked up. I did a quick little time-lapse video showing welding it all up and everything, and this is not complete whatsoever, but hopefully it's functional. Hopefully these two connect these outboards, and got the downwards connected, the forwards connected, the sides are connected. I just don't have any downward thrusters yet. I'm not going into space anytime soon. As in next episode, I'm probably going to go to space, but for now, I threw some ice in it. Go ahead and go into here, inventory, and it's still processing the rest. And my battery is depleting, but it should be able to. It's going to finish this up, and we're sitting at about 40% on the hydrogen, which is not bad. So what I want to do before I try to fly this thing is get all my thrusters make a group for those, and that should be all of them. Landing gear is incomplete, obviously I'm not using the landing gear. And then the battery, I'm going to want, I don't need a group, I only have one battery. The gyroscopes are at 100%. The hydrogen tank is 42%, so we're looking pretty good. Should be the only group I need to make. And then for in here, go to groups. So I got the thrusters, toggle block on and off, and they're off. And then all blocks, battery, recharge on and off. And right now it's an auto, that's perfect. So I want to turn my thrusters on and make sure that they are all working. The forward side, main lift, and both. Okay, so we're looking good. And so I put this connector, I lifted it a little bit, and I want to connect to it strictly to charge the battery. That's the main thing that I'm worried about. So I'm gonna have, alright, so I got the thrusters on, and hopefully when I take this out it'll float. Good. Alright, cool. So it's floating. That's what we want. Go ahead and take this off. And I need to make another connector for the bottom of the ship. That way I can connect and charge my battery. So I'm going to make this for a small connector. Got all the items. And it's floating, so I'm happy because I've made ships before, and when I went to make them float, they kind of just crashed. So we're looking pretty good so far. So we got our connector. It's not in the way of the thrusters, so that's good. Everything is looking pretty good. So go ahead and enter the cockpit. Got a good tilt. Takes off pretty easily. So we do have 50% on the hydrogen, so side thrusters work. I might add some smaller side thrusters, but our forward thrusters are good, back thrusters are good. Lift is really good. So go ahead and take gravity back down. We're looking good. So it flies pretty good. It's got really good response. So we should have just enough gyroscopes. But I do want to get this thing connected, and that's always fun. Come down. I'm gonna get the battery charged That way I can get some more ice in here. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay. So connect. And I should be able to turn my battery to recharge. I'm going to leave the thrusters on. They don't take very much when they're just sitting idle. And I did see something over here. Like this thing. What the heck is this? A lot of ice. A lot of ice. Holy crap. Alright, so I'm going to use that ice and put that in our ship. More ice right there. Holy man. What's with all this ice? So I don't know if my ship... So it is still processing. That's good. So I'll throw the ice in there. Should go into there. Cool. So I'm going to make a couple runs real fast. Okay. So let's see how we're doing. O2H2 generator, 20,000. And cranking. We're good. 61%. So it's still climbing. It's going to take a little while. The solar panel's not really doing anything anymore, but I think I'm going to leave it for now. And then the battery should be recharging. And I think what I'm going to do, since we're here, is look into some drill action. Maybe. Like, I feel like... So this thing's got really good thrust. Meteor storm inbound, of course. Where's it coming at? See if we can get a little bit of a light show. There they are. Perfect. Oh, hello. So I don't think meteors bring uranium to the Earth anymore. I'm pretty sure I saw something about that. Which is unfortunate, but that's why we made this ship. We're gonna go explore and see if we can find some stuff. So I'm gonna deposit that stuff. I'm going to look up. Don't need the solar panel, don't need the connector. Probably need the conveyor tubes, don't need the thrusters for now. And I'm going to find, search actually, because I can't ever find them, are the drills. And I'm going to make enough for 3, I believe, but the small ones. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to throw a few drills onto this bad boy, because drills are awesome. So look at that. I'm going to rotate this guy. Maybe. There we go. So I'll put a drill on the front. And then I can probably get away with... I'm going to weld this up real quick. So I got one drill. And then I don't think I have the items for the conveyor stuffs. So I'm going to get some of those real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be enough. Then I'll hop up. And I think do like 1, 2. I think a 2 block space should be enough. I don't know if I can get away with 3, and I don't really want to find out. So I'll weld that and that. And then that and that. And hopefully we can make this match up. Two and two. And then put the drills. Try and rotate. There. And there. And that should. So 3 drills on the front of this at 2 block spacing. Need more steel plates. I always need more steel plates. It's like the number one material that you're always going to need is steel plates. Grab a few. So, finish welding. What was I welding? This one? There we go. That's complete, and then we'll go ahead and weld these guys. Like so. Cool. So we got 3 drills on this bad boy. Not too shabby. And then our ice should be done. Or is it still processing? Ship. Oh yeah, we're still processing. Pull some of that down. So that's probably going to be processing for a while. And I'm not sure what our battery is running. Drill. Thing takes a while to recharge, actually. Okay, so that's still recharging. The drills are looking pretty good. All I really need to do is armor it up, and with enough small thrusters around this thing, lift should not be a problem whatsoever. And I'll probably end up putting a couple of these guys, the Gatling turrets, on here as well for defensive purposes only. I'm not going to go out trying to attack people, but I could probably actually put like those, probably like right on top of these spots on both sides, maybe even 4 of them. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. But this storage container for a ship is plenty. Definitely. If we can mine up tons and tons of stuff with this guy, we can do the same with this hydrogen one. And this thing is actually already a lot bigger than our original ship. So I'm really happy with the way this is coming so far. And I think I'm actually gonna, we'll take it for a little spin. And I'm going to, so not the control panel, I need this one, block tools, the drill. There we go. Alright, so we're good. So yeah, I'm gonna since the sun is out right now, I want to see how well this thing works. So I'm gonna take it to the ice lake and we'll see what it can do. But yeah, this thing 100% is gonna be going to outer space, definitely soon. And we're gonna get some uranium with this thing, and it's gonna be wonderful. Actually, I want to go to K, control panel, ore detectors. Where are they at? They're on 50 meters, 50 meters. Cool. So we should be good. So batteries on, thrusters are on. Should be able to unpark and kind of just go. This thing is fast, man. Very good lift. So we're taking off at 91% hydrogen. Got the drills ready to go. And we're sitting right around 61,000 kilograms. So we'll keep that in mind and kind of see about how much we can hold. weight-wise, of course. And then, but yeah, this thing takes off, man. So we got our ice lake here. Go ahead and get some more. It looks really glossy right now. It's kind of weird. And actually, while we're mining this up, it's actually going to be producing fuel. So as long as I have ice in my inventory, it's actually going to produce, especially when I'm not using the thrusters that much. So we left it at 91. It went down to 90 as I was flying here, and we're at 92, so that's super convenient. Hopefully I'm not smashing down on this too much. So we're at 170, almost 200,000 kilograms. $214. Still going too. I want to see if I can fill this to 300,000. Just about. Alright, so 300,000. And pff, still no problem. This thing flies great. Thrust is good. Stopping is good. Lift is good. We'll take a look in our inventory. So the cockpit's 27,000. O2H2 generator is pretty full. And then the large cargo container is about full. Connectors got 31,000, and then the drills still have their space open as well, so yeah, we're sitting pretty good. Yeah, this thing's fast. I'm very happy with the way this one's turning out so far, honestly, and it's a big ship too. I like it. It is going to be so much fun taking this thing to outer space. And I'm really curious, and we should be able to hold plenty of fuel. The two really big planets that are right in front of our base. You can see two of them. One looks kind of like a Mars planet. And the other one honestly kind of looks like a... like an Earth planet. But because I have my atmospheric mining rig on this connector, I don't have anywhere to hook up and dump all the ice. So we're kind of just gonna have to hold on to it for a little bit, which is okay. Go ahead and change this. Tilt, because we got a lot of work I got to do on this thing still. I just wanted to know how much ice we could hold. Uh-oh. So something just spawned in. It's an expedition base pod. Expedition usually means exploring, so I wonder if they're going to come out here. If that's the case, I'm going to have to get my new base started quickly, because it's going to be like an underground base, and we're way off. There we go. Go ahead and connect. So yeah, it's gonna be like a mostly underground base, and then I'm just gonna have a bunch of turrets like guarding, while all the main stuff's gonna be like underground, just in case, because I know that the mod can spawn like drone production facilities, and then the drones will just come after you. I don't want that. So an expedition base, however, doesn't sound very good. And I need to get the force fields unlocked. They're in my progression still. And I need to build a jump drive or a space ball or one of these things to unlock the shield LCDs, the shield controllers, and the emitters, and then shield modulator. I don't know what that is, but there's tons and tons of stuff that I can still unlock, which is awesome. And I'm gonna probably end up getting even more mods in the future, because mods are always fun, let's be honest. But we got an expedition base. Nothing is coming in to attack us yet, so that's good. I need to get these wind turbines kind of out of here and get more turrets up, but the turrets have been destroying my wind turbine tower, which is unfortunate. And then do a quick look at the drill real quick. I know I set it to go down even more. Probably didn't find anything. No. So yeah, it's literally nothing but stone down there, which is unfortunate. And how are we looking? Yeah, about 1.2 million iron. Iron's not a problem at all, so I'm going to be building steel plates for days. That's for sure. Alright, so yeah. So next episode, definitely going to do some more work on this bad boy. Get some more armor plating done. Get some defensive turrets on it. Just, yeah, this thing's awesome. Like, so far, it's freaking awesome. Our hydrogen tank's full, so we could easily take this thing into outer space and fool around for a while. And it's going to be great. But I hate the way these yellow spots look, so I'm going to have to figure something out. I'm probably going to put turrets, honestly, because I think it's a 5. So yeah, it's a 5x5 block, which, I mean, right here is just straight up perfect. We got a connector right there, and then it's 5 blocks to these guys, and then I can just go 1, 2, 3, and then come out a little bit more and just protect my thrusters even. So that's gonna happen, and then I'm gonna put armor plating and try to make it look like a pretty decent ship. I'm probably gonna have to swap. I'm gonna take this section out and probably put 4 turrets, maybe just 2. I think 4 is a little bit overkill for a defensive ship. We'll see. So that's going to do it though, guys. So make sure you leave a like if you're still watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's going to be plenty more coming. And yeah, next episode we're going to get this guy a little bit more space ready, and we're going to go to outer space, and we're going to get some uranium. It's going to be great. Thanks for watching, guys.